Good morning, good afternoon, and good night, and welcome to the Amateur Otaku podcast. I am Monkey D. Braffy, and this is the Great Eyes of Wolf. What's up, man?
When the eagle soars, the spears rises. How's it going?
I have no idea what that means, but welcome to the Amateur Otaku podcast. This is an OG episode. We haven't done this in a while, Isaac. You've kept the channel alive. I'm excited that I'm able to come back here after everything that's happened in the last 5 to 6 months of life. I feel that I'm coming back 2 years. I'm post time skip, Monkey D. Braffy. I think this is what this is. I'm post time skip. I went through my Sabaody. I got thrown into Marineford. I was unable to save Ace, but I came out stronger in the end. Spoilers to those that don't know what I'm talking about. If you're live action only, I spoke nonsense. I'm gonna leave it at that.
You want to know something funny? I checked our video slash live stream stuff, and do you know what the latest thing that you were on before you?
Which one?
We talked about Elbath for a second.
Nice. It's funny because I'm just excited to talk about this. I mean, season 2 of One Piece live action came out last month. We've been talking about the fact of getting back together and just talking about it. And the reality is, I'm so excited. I was so excited to watch this and watch more of what I enjoyed in season 1. And it's funny because it was in the first season, I didn't really struggle with the fact that it was an adaptation. This season, in the first episode, I struggled a little bit, but okay. I quickly understood and appreciated and fell in love with it as I kept watching, because it was able to win me back on the field of, this is their version of One Piece. This is not manga One Piece. This is not anime One Piece. This is live action One Piece. It's its own thing. And they are, and I think that where they triumph and why this is the best adaptation, if not one of the best, if not the best that I've ever seen, is that they do the thing where they do things their way, but when they do the beats that make it One Piece, like the executioner, the execution site of Goldie Roger, the introduction to the Giants in Little Garden, the introduction of Mr. Prince, the introduction of Drum Kingdom, the introduction of Vivi, like all those things that make One Piece feel One Piece no matter the medium, they still excel at. Like, they understand the things that they can't mess up, and they don't mess them up. Does that make sense? Like they understand, yeah. like there's certain things you can't mess up and they don't mess up. And there's a lot of things that nobody expects and they excel at. And the things that they can be original with, they are. But there's so much familiarity with what the world of One Piece is and how and where the story is going, that once you get over the fact of going, oh, but it wasn't like this, right? You thoroughly enjoy and live in the world. Does that make sense? Because especially in the first couple of episodes of this season, they do take a lot. Like, I think the one episode they took the most liberty was the first one, because everything else is almost hands-on.
Like Bartolome was in a lot more in this episode, for example.
Oh no, 100%. So, but it's like anything, like for that one excess of Bartolome or whatever it is, you get Sabo at the end of the episode, which is like, so the funny thing is, I got the opportunity, me and my fiancée Angela had the opportunity of going to Disney Springs to watch it in theaters, to watch the first 2 episodes. And when Sabo showed up at the end of the first one, that theater wanted to explode, bro. like the theater, and that's one of those things where the showrunners are baking their cake and eating it too. You know what I mean? Like they get to do something that no one else can do, which is, hey, we're probably not going to do the entire story of One Piece, but for whatever story we do, we can bring everyone. We can do all the flashbacks in real time. We don't have to wait. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like what they did with Brook. Because remember, in the book, when you meet Laboon, you don't see Brook. You know the Rumbar pirates are there. You don't find out that Brook is part of them till Thriller Bark.
Yeah,
so
but
the fact
I do find that it kind of makes sense that the Brook is in. It's sort of like in the live action Bilbo adaptation. Not the best adaptations, sure, but the fact that they added in Legolas, which was an afterthought of the books. He wasn't in the original book, as maybe you remember.
Yep.
So this was a good add-on in my book at the very least.
Well, no, but that's the thing, though. It's one of those things that it's like they find ways to acknowledge how lived in the world of One Piece is, and you got to figure. And we could probably make this a final topic, maybe, but like there's been a lot of talk online that Oda already has a finish line for the live action, right? So that finish line might be before Thriller Bark. We may not get to Thriller Bark. You know what I mean?
Be right back.
And if we don't get to Thriller Bark, we don't get full on Brook. But at least we got this Brook. You see what I'm saying? Because there's gonna be like the idea that they went out of the way to do things like this is what makes it so exciting. Like the idea that we're probably never gonna see live action Gear 5 Luffy. But there's a Nika statue in Little Garden. There's a Loki statue in Little Garden. You see what I'm saying? Like those type of things that they can get away with. And Oda signs off on this stuff, which is the coolest thing of them all. Like he's in on the joke. Does that make sense? Like there's so much little things that stand out like that. And that's what made me fall in love with the story. Like it was for moments like those where they took the chances and they went out of their way to acknowledge how rich the history of One Piece is. But yeah, man, like
how many years did it take for me to make you to finally start reading it?
I don't know, 2 years maybe. Hey, it doesn't matter how long it took me. I'm caught up, so leave me alone. Now, I will say, what was I going to say? One of the most surprising additions that I think, to me, is not going too far. It's really like it really blew my mind. Like, part of me was hoping we saw Brook. I was surprised we saw him. And I'm excited and grateful that we saw him. But nothing surprised me more than the fact that we saw Mary Joa. I was not expecting us. Because in the book, you don't see all that till so much far away. You don't find out about Vivi and Mary Joa till like you don't find that flashback till so far along, so far after, because that's not part of the Alabasta story, my understanding, right? You don't see younger Vivi in Mary Joa in the Reverie.
No, but I mean,
that's what I'm saying.
It fits within
100%. 100%. Because if you remember, that flashback that we see with Vivi and Dalton occurs during the Reverie arc when Vivi's going there grown up for the first time, which is where you have the big reveal that I'm not going to talk about right here. You see what I'm saying? and Sabo does show up there, but you don't see that.
I mean,
it's Dalton.
This is a spoiler episode. This is a spoiler episode, so.
But I'm not going to spoil the manga here.
Fair enough.
I'm not going to spoil the manga. But you see what I'm saying?
To some extent, you just did say that those things didn't happen in the manga, yeah?
Correct. Like we're talking about things that happen in the manga 700 chapters removed. But they're finding ways because here's the thing, we may never get to those moments in the live action. So they're using all of they're using the entirety of the manga to make sure that this world feels as lived in as it can be for the period that we're going to spend time in it. Does that make sense? I'm very happy that that's what we're getting, and I keep seeing little things like that. But yeah, man, like when you see Sabo, when you see Brooke, that was exciting. Seeing the Reverie and the different kingdoms, and seeing the 20 seats of the world government, like seeing Smoker and how he arrives to, how he makes the decision of going to find the Straw Hats and how that connects to Alabasta. Like, to be a season that a great deal of the season was set up, it didn't feel like setup. Like I love how satisfying everything really was. I mean, we got what 3 episodes in Drum Kingdom, in Drum Island, right?
I think so.
So I'm glad that no episode was wasted. I'm glad that we got the entirety of the story that we wanted to get. I don't know, man. I'm glad of everything that we've enjoyed and got in this season. I mean, it took us 3 years to get it, but of course it took us 3 years because they were planning to do this one and the third one together, which means that we probably see the third one a lot sooner, right?
They are currently filming season 3, so
so
I have to guess we should. I wouldn't be surprised if we could see it at the early 2028, depending on the post-production.
I have a feeling we'll see it late 27. I don't know why. I wouldn't be surprised if it's late 27.
Yeah, they started in late 2025, so it could be late 2027 or late 2028. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah. So I'm very excited for whatever we do get when we get it. And also, like, I think I already got greenlit for season 4 too. I think. Didn't it?
That's news to me. If it
I don't know where I saw something that supposedly got greenlit for season 4 already.
I can check.
I'm not surprised if it did. Yeah, I'm not surprised if it did. Okay.
Don't stop talk where I'm.
I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised if it does. But man, I mean, they're doing a great job. They're doing a great job with it. Chopper was adorable. I'm glad that they did what I was thinking, which is we have an actor playing Chopper in human form. I look forward to seeing more of the different forms. So that's very exciting.
Season 4 is not confirmed yet.
It's not confirmed yet? Okay. I'm glad that we got a tease of the Rumble Balls. We didn't see them in action, but we got a tease of it. I have a feeling they're going to save it for Alabasta. Especially in the battle of Usopp and Chopper versus Miss Merry Christmas, Miss All Christmas, and Mr. Four. It's funny.
That was supposed to not spoil stuff, and then you're just talking about what's gonna happen in season 3.
Nobody knows. I'm not saying what's happening. It's a battle. Like it's like saying, "Oh, I want to see Bon Clay against Shanji, buddy." It's happening. It's not like you know what I mean. So. But yeah, I'm excited for what's coming, man. I mean, I don't know what else to say about season 2. I mean, season 2 just fulfilled all my expectations. Angela loves One Piece, so that's awesome. We both enjoyed. I love the fact that I cried in the areas that I needed to cry, and it was just the storytelling was just great. The guy that played Dr. Hiriluk was just freaking amazing. It was so good. Michaela Hoover voicing Chopper was so good. Katie Siegel as Dr. Kureha was amazing. The guy that played Dalton was very good. The guy that played Wapple was excellent. The main cast still does amazing. What a phenomenal actress to play Vivi, bro. She's so good. She did such a great job as Vivi.
I mean, isn't she from Bridgerton or originally?
She's that's one of the big things she's done. But no, she's awesome as Vivi. But I don't know if I have a lot to say about this season, apart from the little that I've already talked about, because even though there's a lot of great stuff that happens that we've kind of already glanced at, I mean, season 2 is mostly a setup to season 3. Let's be honest. It's setting the stage for what's going to be the Alabasta arc. I really hope that we get more episodes than 8 for season 3. Because I want us to really get the full experience of Alabasta. But I don't know, man. I don't know if I have a lot more to say. What did you enjoy the most about the season? What was your favorite moment?
Well, first of all, I do highly agree with you that Chopper was pretty much perfect, and also Robin is truly mommy. That's for certain. Well, I had to, okay. But speak about...
Yeah.
This is me we're talking about, okay? So, they speak about when the man truly die. It's one of the best speeches
so good.
Well, ever.
So good.
And and also the Sanjay when he was fighting is it Friday, the bird and the otter.
You're talking about the Unluckies?
Yeah, the Unluckies when he fought them while talking to.
That was hilarious.
Island. It with how they film it, it kind of reminded me of the Amazing Spider-Man 1, where you see Spider-Man and Lizard. I can't recall the. Is it just Lizard, the name of that villain? But anyway, then you see Stan Lee. You see standing there in the background as the
just as a janitor, like with a headset.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and he just have no clue as to what's happening. With how that one was filmed, it reminded me kind of like that, although it switched from being unknown as a janitor to being put on hold. And I just think that was just downright perfect. I'm trying to find. There was a tweet that I saw that I'm trying to find, but it was just basically where is it? Okay. It was essentially like if but we can't do the more goofy stuff with Batman or Superman, fantastical stuff. Meanwhile, One Piece, and then they show them arriving, and then just a character like that would never happen in today's Batman movie. Let's face it.
A character like what?
The Unluckies.
Oh yeah, that. The thing is that's the kind of weird wacky stuff that the world of One Piece is built for. And that's one of those things that I truly love about the enchanting atmosphere that Tomorrow Studios has been able to set up for the world of One Piece in live action. And I think we talked about this when we talked about season 1, when we saw the first trailers, that even from the trailers you can sense that this feels, even though it's I don't want to say grounded, but even though it's a real quote unquote kind of life world of pirates, right? It is indeed a fantastical world. It has this sense of fantasy built into everything you're looking at, where you know that you will see outlandish shit. You know what I mean? Like, it surprises you in a good way. It doesn't feel like, well, that came out of nowhere. Everything feels like it belongs. Like, the fact that David Desmalchian is shooting freaking candle wax out of his fingers is not weird. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
like it just feels.
Actor, he's like everywhere.
Yeah, he and is always doing roles like this one. But I love the fact that they haven't lost that sense of fantasy, but they also have the grounded realism. Like, whenever you have the whole thing with Mihawk kind of hovering in Zoro's psyche, that is like
Which was an excellent
some scary. That's some scary. What was that?
Which was an excellent add-on, I might add.
Yes, and it adds like true depth to his arc. You know what I mean? Like, it adds a certain amount of depth on there that allows this fantastical world to still have grounded elements. And like those moments where he starts doubting himself or doubting his choice to be part of the crew, but Luffy just wins him over and over again. You see what I'm saying?
Do you know the Zoro versus 100 bandits scene?
Mm-hmm.
Did you know that Macaneo apparently told them, I want to fight 100 people, because he know that the fans would downright count. So he said, I want to fight 100 people. He said,
I believe it. I believe it.
Right. Oh, here it was. Let's make Batman grounded and realistic. Nobody wants to see that silly shit from comics. Meanwhile, One Piece. There
yes. Yep. It's so good. It's so good because One Piece has created especially and that's the thing. The manga doesn't have to justify itself. The anime doesn't just have to justify itself. The live action has to be smart about it. Mm-hmm. And the way they do it, they allow One Piece to be One Piece. Like the fact that the final villain of the season was a guy that was able to make his mouth become as big as a hippo's. And that right there is literally the same way he did it in the book. And it doesn't look stupid. I mean, it's a little stupid. But you know what I mean? Like, you still enjoy how it looks. You know what I mean? The fact that they were able to recreate that in a way that you enjoy it. It's great. And that's what makes.
I have to say though, I do have to say that I did laugh that they people. There were so many people complaining about lack of fan service in season 1, and what do they do in season 2? Full on fan service
for all fans. Like it's not.
Yeah,
it's not just Nami's and Robins, right?
Yeah. Although
yeah. No,
with the whole Zoro thing, but aren't you a little cold? Maybe. Maybe face palm.
Yep. But no, man. I mean, it's great. I love what they did. Let's talk a little bit about. Let me see. Did you lose your mind when you saw Sabo?
Honestly, no, because it made me more confused about, okay, how far are we going to take this one more than anything?
Well, and that's kind of like why I think he's there, because I don't think we're ever like. Spoiler alert. I don't think we're ever gonna get to Dressrosa. So why not show him here? Because if you really think about it, we technically don't see Dragon again in a real sense till the Reverie. Or till like the post skip, or till the time skip where we kind of find out where Robin's been all this time. But you really don't see him.
That's why I personally say I don't know. It just put my cogwheels in. Yes, how far are they going to do all those tasks?
Well, you got to figure. Saba was there, but it wasn't there for the new fans of the live action. It was there for the OG fans of One Piece, and that's one of the things that I like. Like they didn't put him there for everyone. They put him there for those that will know who he is, just to be like, oh, you know what I mean? Like that. Yeah. That's really the only reason, and for that I salute them. But like let's have that conversation now, because I think we're to not go around in circles, right?
We always go in
I would
circles.
say
us two we are talking about.
Yeah, I think we should talk about. I mean, season 3 is going to be Alabasta, so I think everybody's excited to see Ace. I'm excited to see the dragons. I'm excited, like the Sandra dragons, like the sand dragons. I'm excited to see the banana gators. I wonder. What was that? Yes.
We need a bird.
Yeah. By the way, that was the one thing that kind of disappointed me of season 2, that we didn't get Karu. They teased them like the fact, because to me my concern was that they're completely eliminating Karu. But the fact that she mentions him tells me that they're just saving Karu for the season 3 budget.
Yeah.
because they couldn't afford it yet. I mean, they had to do freaking giants, right? So that was the only thing that was just a little nitpick. But season 3, I'm excited. I'm excited because I think they're gonna do the thing. They're gonna do the 3 battles against Crocodile. I don't see a reason why they don't do it.
By the way, speaking of the battles and all, if you recall correctly, in the fight between Dora and the Giants, they reversed who won the fight. So and I wonder,
did they? I didn't notice.
Yeah.
They reversed it. Yes, the one that gets hurt is Dory.
Yes, and the reason why I wonder if it was sort of like a meta joke, since they talk about how they are on equal footing with each other.
That way,
one in the anime, one in the live action.
That would be funny. That would be funny.
You get
that sounds like something that definitely sounds like something Oda would do.
Yeah. That was a point thought me and my cousin thought of when we discussed the season, and I do believe I talked with that with Joel when we did our non-spoiler episode weeks ago. So, yeah, I do believe it. But yeah, I was wondering, but if they are reversing that, is it just a meta joke type stuff?
That actually sounds hilarious and awesome. It really does. So let's talk about. So I'm excited for season 3. We know what we're getting, but I think let's just have the conversation. This is the conversation I want to have. Like, we kind of talked about it a little bit over the phone, and I want to know if you thought about it. the cast in one of the interviews kind of talked about the fact that Oda has kind of already said where he wants to end the live action. I want to share my thoughts, but where do you think they're going to end it? How many seasons do you think we're going to get? And where do you think we'll end it?
I mean, an early discussion was that they had like 10 to 12 seasons planned. That's actually a thing. So my question is, have they changed their mind? Have they not changed their mind? I mean, for what we know, Oda is open to recast later on. So, but if or agreeing that it might work, you can excuse the cast to age like they do because, well, live action. So it's in Netflix right now. Let's remember, they don't have Stranger Things. They don't have. Well, it's correct me if I'm wrong, but the Cobra Kai isn't still airing, or that one is finished, right?
Which one? Cobra Kai?
Cobra Kai has.
Yeah, Cobra Kai is done. Yeah, Cobra Kai is done.
They don't have Cobra Kai. They don't have Stranger Things. They don't. Outside of One Piece, what they really have as a big series that they kind of need to push and all.
That's a good point.
So I can see, like you said, Dressrosa could. We could easily miss Dressrosa. I'm not disqualified that. But there are so many factors that I'm questioning. How will they handle that? How are they doing that? Yada, yada, yada. Because I can't take anything for granted because there are so many factors to keep in mind, I dare argue. Maybe they, if I'm not mistaken, like Tomorrow Studios is doing Samurai Champloo, for example, as well, and maybe that implodes even more than what that's One Piece does. I'm just speaking hypothetically here. Let's keep that in mind, or they do that live action Pokemon series that they had, and that one does better. Who knows? Today, I just feel like no, it doesn't. We can't know that, yes, but if there is almost any factors. However, if I had best case scenario, I think best case scenario, I would honestly think they would end with Bono, actually, because I feel like they want to do an epic conclusion with Gear 5 and all that, yes, and kind of is.
Damn! All the way to Wano?
Yeah.
That is crazy. I mean, you're talking. I mean, it would be awesome.
I say best case scenario.
No, I know that. I mean, that would be awesome. But at the same time, we're talking 20 seasons with probably 2 recasts.
No, you don't need since how they are condense it all and all that. Yes, I don't think you need 20 seasons.
Well. Here's where I would throw caution. I wouldn't throw caution to the wind, because here's the thing. If you really think about it, they're not really condensing at all. Because
but I can believe that they are condensing. Maybe they are. I don't think they would stop at Skype and all that. Yes, don't get it wrong.
That's not what I'm saying either. But you got to figure. Let's be. So I think there's a rumor.
I wouldn't be surprised if the last arc they are doing somehow is going to be one. If how they're handling the other one in between, I don't know, but that's
that would be that would be awesome if they get that far and the quality doesn't drop. That would be amazing. That would be like the biggest thing ever in the world, right? That would be amazing. But here's where I would be cautious, or why I see it unlikely, but it would be awesome, is because they're condensing in the way the One Piece will condense. So they're not necessarily condensing, they're more streamlining, because if you really think about it, they did the entire East Blue saga and they didn't really skip anything.
Yeah. And,
The season 2, what was that?
Yeah. Otherwise, I could also see there is sure it will be little of a rewrite, especially with the whole certain events and what will happen and all that jazz, because we might want to have a bit of a happier ending, if you will, so to speak. But if they're not going to Wano, I could see them doing it sort of like we going straight to Marineford and ending up there, and that being sort of like and them being showing off that they are stronger than the government or stuff like that. Just switching it up as a let's take down the government on top of saving Ace style stuff. Yes, it would be a massive rewrite and all that, retcons and all that, yes, but...
So, I don't think Oda's a fan of retcons. He likes doing what-if stories, but I don't think he's a fan of retcons. I think he...
at the very least.
No, I get what you mean. I don't think Marineford is the happy ending route, kind of. And also, the reason I wouldn't think that Marineford makes sense as an ending is because Marineford is all about Luffy. It's not about the crew. It's all about Luffy. Is the one singular arc where Luffy's on his own. And he's on his own for a very long time.
Yeah, fair enough. Because
I think so. And if we get to Wano, that'd be amazing. But you got to figure, getting to Wano, I'm saying 20 seasons, mainly because Alabasta is one season. Skypiea is one season. Water 7, Enies Lobby, you can do a season and a half, or you can do one season, but it has to be a longer season. After Thriller Bark is one season. Sabaody Archipelago to Amazon Lily can be one season. Those things right there. And then Marineford would be, and then Impel Down / Marineford can be its own season. But you got to figure, at that point, we're 7 to 8 season in. And if we're going to recast, right? If we recast, we should be recasting right after Marineford, so that the post time skip is kind of like, okay, they're different because they've grown up and it's a different whatever, right? Now, I think what makes the most sense of all is if they end in Enies Lobby. And the reason I think that would make the most sense is because if they continue the track that they're in, they can get there with the original cast without recasting anybody. Because by then we're talking 4 more years with the same cast where you can do that story. Because in reality, all you have to do is Skypiea, and then you do Enies Lobby, and that's it. Because Water 7, it's 3 episodes, to be honest. 3 episodes, it's Water 7. You do the whole Water 7. Unless you're doing Longland, then you would do 1 episode of that, 3 episodes of Water 7. Like, you would skip the Foxy Pirates. That would be the only thing you would skip, really. Unless by the time that we exit Alabasta, we set a new trend where every season is 12 to 13 episodes long, right? If we do that, then you can do 3 episodes to do the Foxy Pirates and do Longland. You can do 3 episodes of Water 7, and then you can do 6 episodes of Enies Lobby. And the reason I think Enies Lobby is a great place to end is because that's 6 seasons, 6 to 5. That's 5 seasons, 5, maybe 6, right?
Yeah.
But with that season, because we've already seen Brooke in a flashback, right? With that season, you have your shipwright. You close the story of Mary, which the exchange of the farewell to the going Mary is a huge turning point for the crew, because not only are you closing the fact that these are not the kids that left the East Blue now, it's all about Usopp and Luffy reconciling. Like, you have all those things where Luffy's tested as a captain, because you figure Luffy is tested as a captain for the very first time in Enies Lobby. It doesn't really happen before that. He's tested as a fighter, but it's not till Water 7 and Enies Lobby where Luffy gets tested as a captain.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of important there's a lot of important things that happen in the dynamics of the crew there, that by the time Enies Lobby is over, the crew is as strongest as it's ever been, which is why when Sabaody occurs is so heartbreaking.
Yeah.
But in Enies Lobby, the biggest thing that happens is that you solidify the world government as the villain. You introduce the new crew, but you solidify Robin's place in the crew. And you can end there and set up the new cast for everything coming forward, or you can end there and that's it. You have a new ship, brand new crew, let's explore the freaking world. You know what I mean? Like, I just feel that's a great place to just finish it with the crew. Or if you keep going, that's a great place to change the cast.
Yeah.
Like, that's where you do it.
My problem with, and this is honestly the biggest problem of doing a live action One Piece, no matter how well it's done, received, and all that jazz. And it's because, I should put it, Luffy is constantly talking about, hey, he's going to find the One Piece, be the king of the pirates, yada, yada, yada. And had he only said it was only to be the king of the pirates, then it would have been easier to add on the king of the pirates is because stopping the world government for XYZ, you don't need to find a treasure and so. And my question... the reason, for example, was I said Water 7 is because, or taking down the government is because, for example, allow them to have the One Piece there, and you have the last grand battle, so to speak. I do believe I see what you are saying with the Enies Lobby. Don't get me wrong, but that is the whole part of giving them the One Piece at the end. Is the biggest problem of the ending of this show too early. It's not as bad as the 4Kids dub. Do you know how the 4Kids dub of One Piece ends?
No, I don't.
They literally end with the whole, ships falling down from the sky, and instead of them avoiding it, they're saying that, and the ship falls down on them and they all die. The end.
That is horrible.
I'm not joking. But that's how the
that's so bad. But I know what you mean. Like, you want to give them a true sense of finality, and you can't really do that unless you get to the end. And I get it.
You need to.
I get that.
Include the One Piece. I'm not saying that you need to do Egghead, Elfbath, all that jazz, but I feel like a big important point of doing that is, which is unfortunately why you haven't, if you're ending it earlier, Oda have to retcon something for this one. And
I mean,
which is, in my point,
and you know what?
The One Piece at the end.
And that would be great. I'm going to be honest with you. I mean, if we get that far and we eliminate certain things, that would be amazing. I just don't know if if it makes sense. You know what I mean? Like, but again, if it could be, it could. I mean, other shows have gone on. I mean, Doctor Who has been going on for 30 years. So
I know.
there's no reason for One Piece to not be able to do it. I just it's one of those things that it's a hard if they're able to overcome.
It's
What was that?
better to be pessimistic and believe that they want to do the full thing than being overly optimistic and being disappointed at the end of things.
Yeah, and it's one of those things. Like I can see them attempting it. I think if they can survive, changing the cast, they can probably get it done. That's the question. Because this particular cast is so good. But you got to figure, McKenyu is 30-something. Jacob is 30-something. Emily is 30-something. Nico Robin is 30-something. Like, they're not, the only young one is really Taz and Iñaki. You know what I mean? Like,
it's about 30 years old also, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, so it's just Iñaki. So it's like they're gonna age out. Like after 4 seasons, they're gonna age out. You know what I mean? So it's like if they can survive, if the show can survive a change of cast and retain the magic and the chemistry, then they can go longer. But if it's not gonna survive the change of cast, I would give it a definitive ending point with the cast that they have.
Yeah,
that's what my thoughts are.
I get that. They are in a hard spot, so to speak.
Yeah, but I mean, are they in a hard spot when in reality, when you really think about it? I mean, I think all of the real fans of One Piece would understand if they end it at some point, because what we got is premier content.
Yeah, I know that, but it's just the whole how do you end it with? Because honestly, I feel like one that is primarily One Piece live action fans would be very let down if the One Piece isn't found at the end. Only if they're saying this is the final season of live action One Piece and then no One Piece is found, then it's basically 4 Kids stuff, but with a better ending, hopefully. But that's my biggest worry.
No, and that's fair, but in reality, when you really take into account what the One Piece live action really is, to be honest with you, what the One Piece live action really is, more than anything, is a gateway to the anime. It's a gateway to the world of One Piece, and it's one and I think it's going to be very successful in doing what a lot of great adaptations do. It's going to make people pick up the books. It's going to make people pick up the show. It's going to make people go back, and that's why it's so. And that's why
with the anime reboot, maybe.
And that's what I mean. Like, and I think it's very smart that Netflix is doing it, and Netflix is like holding to One Piece, because not only are they doing the live action, they're going to be the only place showing the One Piece. That's 1. That's 2. And 3. They're getting live episode drops for the anime too. So they're going to be so.
By the way, did you see that they actually did some podcasts about season 2? I do believe with Enaki and
and Oda-san.
And Oda.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like Netflix is really doubling down in the One Piece train, which is why I am not surprised if they don't do the whole thing in live action. I wouldn't be surprised if they end at a certain point for the sake of, doing the most they can with the cast they have. So
we shall see. We shall see. But oh well.
So this has been fun, man. It's been a minute.
It's been a minute indeed.
When do you think we'll get our first footage of Ace? There's no way. There's no way that the year ends and we don't get a teaser of
Day.
this. One Piece Day is when? August, I think.
Yeah, at the very latest, One Piece Day.
Yeah. So.
At the very least.
Yeah, I'm excited.
It can be later. Don't get. It was earlier. Don't get me wrong, but that would be the latest, I imagine.
So.
But maybe that's just me.
Well, it may or may not be just you. But hey, man, I'm excited for everything that's happening with One Piece, and we need. You know what we need to do. Next week, we should probably record again and talk about the manga. Because holy shitballs. The manga is getting crazy. And supposedly tomorrow's chapter is going to be fucking bonkers. So, by the way, we're recording Saturday, Sundays when the new chapter comes out. But Isaac, I'm no longer anywhere in the web, so I'm not gonna say where people can find me. You can find me here in the Amateur Otaku podcast once in a blue moon. I'm like the minx. I can only turn on certain full moons. That's a reference to the Solongs, which are the minks that appear in Wano. Isaac, where can they find you? Where can they find you?
Well, you can find me over here at the Amateur Otaku. You can find me at the Swedish Emblem on my personal YouTube channel and Twitch, where as of currently right now we are streaming. Ken, I don't know if I'll have finished Ken once this has been uploaded, but if it has been finished by then, the next game to start streaming is Sacred Stones. So.
Nice.
Which will be a lot of fun. And I do have a video / stream plan before the Kenna part tomorrow, as in Sunday, with a certain someone that has been here. I mean, I don't know if I will have it up on this channel, my personal, or both, since it's anime adjustments. Let's go with that. So
yeah, that would be awesome.
And as of starting on Tuesday, my Golden Sun Let's Play will come up on Tuesday and Thursday, together with Three Houses on Monday, and Wednesday and Fridays with Persona. And we are I'm going to have a stream doing a stream for Pokemon Champions on Wednesday. And you can find me at Emblomaniac on Blue Sky, Twitter, and Instagram. And the pod on the Amateur Otaku pod on Blue Sky and Twitter. But yeah, that's about it.
Sorry, I wasn't looking at the screen.
See you later, guys.
See you later.
Party's,